Live to kick off the pistol, to kick off this match. It is currently going to be map 1, and we are on the first pistol. Let's see if Vitality can defend their CT side. It is overpass, and it is the map pick of G2. Now, the thing is, G2, well, I mean, we've known them for such a long time. We would never imagine that, you know, they would fall as low as they did at one point in that time. But right now, let's focus on the pistol instead. It is going to be, of course, Zyvu that spots the first few players coming out of T-side main, or more so T-side entry to playground. Currently, it's a bit of a slower pace round from G2. I love the fact that they do have 2 flashes and a Molotov and a smoke to work around with. Actually, 3 flashes. Interesting, they waste the smoke for the entry into toilets. Now, I presume they would try to hit connector here, or most likely go through connector. Yep, Kenny S gonna take one down. It's gonna be Zyvu to be caught, and that's gonna be a connector B player. We already have Mr. Lucky, the number 7. The lucky number 7. To come through Monster, and this is going to be a full-on take on site. It's going to be RPK, and it's going to be MBK to hold the position, and MBK gets 1. He's going to be taken down by Kenny S, though. The accuracy of the Monster himself will be deadly, and unfortunately for Shox, or more so, unfortunately for Happy, Shox will take him down. It is going to be G2 to find themselves winning the first pistol round, opening up this series and getting themselves the early start into this match. And of course, if you're just tuning in right now, this is the WSG 2018-19 qualifier for, or more so the grand final of Northwest Europe, and qualifier for the offline finals in China. Sponsored by Alipay and such. So go check them out if you wish. Alipay, that is. But yeah, let's see what our Frenchmen have prepared for this force buy round, as Vitality do buy it up completely. We've got Happy with a CZ, we've got 357s and a Scout on MBK. I wouldn't be too... I mean, I'm always kinda, you could say, a little against forces like this, especially on a map like Overpass. Okay, if it's Strain, if it's Inferno, fine, you can force up, you know, you've got those close angles you usually can play around with. But on Overpass, it's more like, you usually take the fight from a mid to long range engagement, at least earlier on, and that's never a good thing with a pistol to be fighting with. MBK does have a Scout trying to tag away a few players. Currently, not gonna be too successful at it. One thing we need to do, for some reason my FPS has been limited to 60, so it's weird on my screen, but MBK gonna be taken down. Kenny S with the MP5 through the smoke, I think he tapped it away. And this is gonna be a full-on A commitment. Zyvu still hits 1 shot, it's going to be lucky to fall. I guess his number is not as lucky as he thinks. It is still going to be a 4-on-4 with 40 seconds left. Kenny S will open up with the second. Zyvu, who misses a chance, and I think that was his only chance, really. Body was able to enter again. Oh my god! Zyvu, though, and Happy coming in from behind. Zyvu with the 5-7. He gets the second. Oh no! Zyvu, it's a 1-on-1. 30 seconds, give or take, left for Shoxy, as he has an MX-10, but unfortunately, that will be enough for for G2, as Zyvu gets taken down, spotted in the smoke. Holy smokes, that was close. That was very, very close. What a turn of events, as Vitality barely lose that round, basically, almost. As Zyvu's, with the save, that second shot was insane. It was freaking awesome. The Scout shot is always fun to see, but he hit it through the wall, for Christ's sake. Anyway, as that was a force from Vitality, their Vitality will drop, and they will be forced to eco. It is currently going to be a push through long, and... well, Kenny S, it's 1, make it 2. RPK still makes it a little bit more painful here for, of course, G2. As 3 members fall, this is actually quite a loss for G2, considering this is a full-on anti-eco. I believe they lost an AK. Well, they will retrieve 1. But overall, that's a lot of damage dealt from Vitality to the side of G2. Keep in mind that economy currently is key for this early start for both sides. Obviously, the CT is going to be a little bit less... or more so, the T's will be a little less encumbered because of it, but still. First gun round comes up, and this is it. This is where Vitality will have a chance to take away at least 1 and start building their, I guess you could say, their treasure from that point forward. A bit of a slow round. I do like it. Tsarbomba TV, what's up, baby? Good to see you. Nice to have you back, babe. Long time no see. And yes, if somebody's wondering, I do read chat, as always. Ooh, actually jump spotting there. That's usually a spot you can actually pre-fire if you're kind of aware of it, you know. We've seen pre-fires onto big spot, or more so into big jump. Super Mau Mau, of course we'll notice. You think I don't notice everything? About a minute left, a little bit less. As G2 will be trying to assault B. This might be a little bit easier than initially was thought about, as there will only be 2 defenders currently holding the line. It's RPK and Happy to be both posed in a very aggressive fashion. They want to, I guess you could say, they want to engage immediately as G2 start to fight their way through this. As here come the execute. RPK will be avoiding the flashes, but he might not be available to get more than 1 kill, as he gets taken down by Lucky. He gets 1 kill, that's fairly enough, but perhaps in the end, as Happy and Apex will be able to get a few more. MBK coming in behind, actually cleaning short, and it looks like Vitality will be taking care of this round without much problem, without much issue. Kenny has left alone to deal with the mess at hand. It is going to be a 3-1 result. That was a bit of an anticlimactic rush, though, I'll be honest. It felt so well prepared by Vitality. There were 2 men then there on site. There was, you know, a full-on execute going their way, and RPK in the end still managing to get one kill. The tank obviously holds up until he gets hit by an RPG. But damn. Pasheen! Hey, buddy! Give me your credit card info, thanks. No thanks, GG. Zhao He. Thank you, I guess. I appreciate it. The Angry Owl, this is a bit... I would say this is CT-sided, let's say 5% more than T-sided. Like, it's really hard to designate that. I wouldn't call it CT or T-sided. I would call it very much... Again, right now CSGO has evolved so much that it's no longer an advantage that gives you a clear victory in terms of, you know, map itself. It's more about how well you're prepared and how well you can manage your economy. And well, okay, that is going to be a bit interesting. Happy peeks out from short. He was hit behind the corner there, so he was able to avoid Kenny's, I guess you could say, check, as he's going to be losing his teammate. Shoxy, not prepared for such an engagement. Japanese caster, where are you getting these ideas, guys? I'll be honest. But yeah, guys, definitely the Frenchman will win, that's for sure. MBK gets 1 more, and this force buy round from G2, or more so, excuse me, not a force buy round, more so a mini force, if you would want to call it that way. Kenny is obviously saving his AWP from the last round, not getting any round bonus or loss bonus. It is going to be most likely ending with a 2-3 result here, as it's a 1-on-3, 30 seconds left. Kenny does have the bomb, but Vitality already made the mistake of losing 1 player against him. It was a 4-on-1, and the push through toilets was not exactly very smart to pull off so fast, at least. Kenny with 12 seconds, of course, going to save again, obviously, with the op and his Kevlar. It's a lot better that way, but yeah. Oh, man. Chat always having some fun, eh? See, Jimmy, you're probably closer than everybody else, but still far away, if that kind of explains it. But yeah, it is going to be another buy round, obviously, for G2. They've got 3 AKs, a UMP, a healthy economy overall, excuse me, a healthy buy overall. Gotta consider the fact that they've got a lot of smokes, utilities that they can work around with. Now, map control will be vital on Overpass, and they need to control connector, and they need to control short, G2 that is. And short, I mean B short. Now, as we see right now, there will be 2 players by Vitality posted there, and there's the opening doors. Oh no! It's gonna be Zyvu peeking. He gets hit. No, excuse me, leg shotted. In the end, he's able to shut down 2 players. Both Jax and Kenny get destroyed in connector, as the peak is perfect. Almost to perfection, I guess you could say. Zyvu, he escaped death by a split second there, or a split millimeter. It is gonna be RPK with the 3rd, and it looks like Lucky and Body do have a bit of a tall order ahead of them. There goes 1. Body will be able to shut down MBK. Still Zyvu, and I think it is Apex. Yeah, it's Apex on long. He's gonna take down 1, and that should be enough in the end. It's a 1-on-3 currently, and ooh, Zyvu, he's gonna be burning alive, but luckily it is gonna be Happy, and later on Zyvu to actually finish it up. C3 kill, I always read chat. I mean, you've probably never seen me cast then. Fast stay Jedi. Fate stay Jedi. Oh, what? Okay, yeah, millimeter? Yeah, I'm... Dude, master race. Obviously. Zaivu is gonna get an entry again. The youngest star on Vitality, who has been performing for them for quite a while now. And Shoxy, that's what I was talking about earlier though. That legal shot, predicted, and beautifully shut down. That jump spot is very easy to hit if... Actually, I'm not gonna say very easy to hit because it's not. But if you're waiting for it, if you know how to shoot, obviously, and you are Shoxy, you'll be able to hit it. That's what I wanted to say. So it's not that big of a surprise, really, that he gets a kill there. I'm sure that was a little bit of lag, but hopefully not on our side. It doesn't look like it. Still gonna be a 3-on-3, and it looks like it's gonna be a B attempt in the end by G2. This eco obviously didn't play out the way they wanted. Shoxy gets the 1 kill, but in the end, not really gonna be that impactful. This is auto director, by the way, so kind of would be easier. 4-3. Vitality currently returning the favor and starting to build up a reputation. I mean, after all, it is G2's map pick, and their T side has always been notorious for some extravaganza. And right now, it's going to be another buy, another chance. They will have a decent amount of utility they can work around with, but we'll see if they can actually take some map control for the first time and start managing. See, Shoxy again, predicting the jump, knowing where to shoot to, and almost again catching Happy in a dirty pose. It's gonna be RPK to hold from barrels though. He's still not mollied out. A very long molly, excuse me, a very late molly as RPK takes down 3 men. That's gonna be enough. That's a hold that could actually have broken G2 now, as it is gonna be a counter attack back on site to try and retake it immediately. Vitality will not even let go of a single inch of land as they will try to deny the plant or anything of the like. Unfortunately for Lucky, he doesn't have the bomb on him. It's still on Jax, and he needs to get his ass through Monster onto site itself, and unfortunately for Lucky, there's no time for that. There's gonna be Apex coming out, the Predator, and he's gonna be denying pretty much any chance G2 had in that one round. It's gonna be another buy, perhaps. They do have enough for 4 AKs, but it would be more prudent to go for an eco. Perhaps they need more utility. And that late molly, though, that really came back to bite G2 in the ass. RPK was allowed to stand there for almost 15 seconds before he was forced out of position and then forced to take a different engagement. And in the end, it cost G2 3 men. And again, this is going to be a bit of a pistol buy. They do have a lot of utility considering what kind of economy they're dealing with currently. But Vitality, it seems like they've prepared, and they prepared good for this one. Matli, I am from Slovenia, if you're wondering. But yeah, it's gonna be, of course, finally a bit of an A attempt from Banana and Toilets. As G2 will attempt to take control of A later on, most likely. There will be Zaifu in Toilets. He's got an AWP. He's all alone. This is a mistake from Vitality, though. They should have had an M4 close to him or somebody with an SMG. MBK luckily gets a refrag, so it's at least a 4-on-4, but they've lost an AWP, and that's the problem. Now Kenny S, he's come on to... Well, the ticket is up for him. He's up for a check and fails the first one. It's going to be 11 HP left on him. 10 even. Oof, okay, through the smoke. Body hitting a few shots. Apex sprays down. Kenny's second shot misses it again. The first one was corrupted by the flash, but again, Body's able to finish Apex, and Kenny is left to deal with 3 men in the end. 30 seconds left. Not much room for error. Second map will be Nuke, guys. Second map is Nuke. RPK and Happy left, and yes, unfortunately, without HP, he can't fight, he can't survive. Moonrammer, what is my credit card? Darcy, no problem, buddy. Backo. Uff. Backo, my friend. Drug, nemoj, brate. Matley, I favor nobody. I would like to see both teams win. Tokai. Yep. Guys, if it says on HLTV that second map is Dust 2, then we have to double check that, but it is in fact Nuke. At least that was what I was informed of by the admins. So yeah, I can't really comment more on that. I was just told it's Overpass, Nuke, and Mirage. Dust was banned by Vitality, G2 banned Inferno. Anyway, it is going to be 6-3 and G2 with another full buy. No op for Kenny. He'd been sleeping throughout the entire best of 3 right now, or at least the entire start of the map. 10 kills only. I mean, they're going to need more than that to be able to contend against Vitality's CT side so far, it seems. It's not bad, don't get me wrong, still very good, 10 kills, and certainly the rest of his teammates should wake up as well. But it is going to be another kill for RPK. That's the bomb drop. Wait, what? G2, what are you doing, body? You have the bomb, baby. What are you doing in Monster peeking without a smoke, or at least going aggro without a smoke? What the hell is going on right now? Luckily, they're able to retake the bomb and retake that position. Shoxy takes down MBK. Actually, this might come as a surprise to Vitality. You know, they saw the bomb. They kind of left it alone, and all of a sudden, G2, they're pushing up long. They're very deep already, and they could get even deeper if they hit it at the right time. They will start to execute a bit of a play. A few mollies, a few smokes being deployed as the bomb is coming in from long. But let's see if that holds up as Zyvu holds the angle. RPK again, second kill already for him. Third for RPK. Holy damn. RPK is firing some armor-piercing rounds right now, and he's destroying everything in its wake. That's gonna be a beautiful round from him himself, if nothing else. I mean, the early pick on Monster, delaying G2, because I think, if I understood correctly, G2 wanted to basically put one guy with the bomb, I guess, through Monster to short and onto connector A. But I'm not sure what the hell he was doing there alone with the bomb. Then at least, you know, if you have 3 guys running up long A, then let them run long A, then hold with the bomb in Monster, don't show yourself, and then go towards B. You know, if that was probably the main idea behind it, you know, trying to fake out A while hitting with 2 players on B. That could work out, but never if the bomb is spotted immediately and actually killed and dropped it. It's gonna be another buy, another chance. G2 obviously lose that round, 7-3 currently, as Vitality still have that up on Zyvu. The money's starting to surge as well. We've got 10k on RPK, Zyvu with 7. It is looking quite a lot better than overall it did initially for Vitality, obviously, as G2, I mean, we see the consequence of their bad economy. It is going to be a UMP unlucky, and it's going to be 4 AKs left on the rest, with very little utility to fight around with. This is going to be difficult for G2 to actually break at this point. I mean, they lose this round without a plant, and they're back onto an eco almost. We've already seen that they were forced to play pistols and Kevlar once before, and again, Happy this time posted very much off angle for him. Unfortunately, Shoxy will get a better engagement, gets the shot off, and Apex this time pushing long does not pay off. Lucky waits. Patience is a virtue, as they say. That is going to be 7 to potential 4, as Vitality are forced to split their defense. It leaves them open to a pretty big execute. RPK though, pushing Monster, catching off to Shox. That could actually be enough if he breaks the plant as well. Oh no, RPK! 3k again! Zyvu from water. He's gonna be getting one more to completely destroy the line of G2. What the bloody hell? It is gonna be RPK again with a 4k even. He's on 17 kills. Holy shit, Latank is hitting the shots he needs to. And he's literally destroying the G2 line all by himself almost every single other round, basically. It is going to be pistols and Kevlar, as I've said. No plant, no buy. It is going to be, well, a poor man's dinner for G2, because it's about to be the ending of the half coming up. And they are down to pretty much no money. I mean, they will buy the next, but again, what do you really do in this case by G2? I mean, you're getting pummeled by a tank, which is in itself, well, logical, but still, it's weird. It is A very convincing performance out of Vitality for the first map. Obviously the map pick of G2 not really going the way it's supposed to. Shoxy. Very nice opening. He's going to take down Happy again. Same position for Happy as it was before. He was a little bit more to the left or to the right of Shoxy this time, but still. Apex and Zyvu, of course, going to be able to bring Vitality back immediately almost, as Zyvu is well aware of what is coming his way. Ooh, Jax goes through the Molotov. Does take minimal damage from it, but in the end, Zyvu still prepared and Lucky left to deal with this on his own. He gets 2 shots. Oh, MBK, he's low. Be careful, buddy. You don't want to fight against a scout when you're low, and he will fight it. It's going to be a one-on-one. Lucky, well, his numbers might have just come up because it is going to be a one-on-one against RPK. And, well, we've all seen what RPK has been doing already for the start of this map, G2. This eco had been very expensive for Vitality, sure, but we are approaching, as I've said, the last few rounds of this first half, and luckily for Vitality, they've already garnered such a great economy that they shouldn't be too concerned about how well they can continue on buying, because they still have 10k on Zyvu, and a little bit more than 6 or give or take on RPK as well in Apex. I mean, their economy is not looking too splendid, sure, because Happy and MBK have died quite a few times, but they've got enough money probably to last them until the end if they win this one. It is going to be at least an AWP finally for Kenny. Out of 13 rounds so far, or excuse me, 12 rounds so far, he had only had the op maybe twice, 3 times at most. Shoxy, fully blinded out, still sprays down RPK, and this time the tank actually fails. I guess the fuse died, and well, that is going to be a free kill to almost Shoxy. Unfortunately for him, he was low, and RPK still did a lot of damage. That was a bit weird, though. But it is going to be a refrag coming down from Happy as he nades him out. As MBK actually fights it in short toilets. Zyvu holds the line for him. Kenny S misses the shot. Apex sprays it down, even hits Lucky behind him. And that is going to be 10-3 G2. This is not looking like the G2 we knew. And it is not looking too splendid anymore. This first half seems like it's not going to end too swell for the map pick. Or for the team's map pick. Another buy, obviously. We have a Galil on Kenny S. We've got a few utilities here and there on most of the players. Not really too impactful, but luckily Kenny S, well, he secures an entry. Galil or not, he's going to be able to pull out G2 ahead. Maybe even find a victory because of it. Unfortunately, MBK, though, peeks out of short, or more so from connector short. Jax is going to be ready for this. RPK this time going to be caught by Jax. Leaving Vitality to deal with this mess yet again with a man disadvantage. But what we've seen out of Vitality so far, I would be surprised if they lost this, really, in honesty, excuse me. But I see chat is really going out for Vitality here. Everybody's just cheering for Vitality. Do we have any G2 fans in chat, by the way? I know we've got a few that are split between G2 and Vitality both, but still, you know, you gotta decide between one or the other. Body. Didn't expect that push from MBK, and Lucky's gonna find himself one to finish the round off. G2 seemingly winning that one relatively easily. It didn't look like Vitality were really focused too much. It just kind of strolled through the round aimlessly, you know, just peeking solo most of the time. You know, the one action they did on short, they got the kill, but that's pretty much all that they could have done. Darzy, hey buddy. Obviously for the French team, slip own, absolutely. But it is going to be, of course, Zyvu again opening it up as Body gets tagged down by MBK, eventually taken out. Kenny was hit beforehand, and suddenly G2 feels like they're back to their old roots, or more so Vitality back to their old styles. It is going to be... Ooh, this nade could do some serious damage. Jax falls to 50. Kenny S can't really take a straight fight. Shoxy spots the jumping man. It's happy to challenge there. Luckily, keeping it together for the moment, not dying at least. But Vitality, I mean, the last round looked very weird. I'll be honest. It was just like, okay, sure, you know, let's play something weird. Let's try and go aggro there. Let's try and find an entry as soon as possible through a possible rush, through a possible overtake of a position. But ooh, Zyvu doesn't take that one, obviously. I mean, it would have been 9 possible to hit it. Still, a chance, or a shot not taken is a chance you miss 100, or is a shot that you miss 100% of times, right? Something like that. Not very good on certain terms, but RPK, pop flash action, will award the entry to Vitality, or excuse me, the second to Vitality. Yeah, I mean, you know, give me a break, please. I'm very bad at certain terms, but yeah, it is gonna be lucky to spray through the smoke. It's happy down to 12, but it doesn't really matter. Apex and Zyvu will be holding the line as Apex Predator finishes the round and pretty much securing the victory for Vitality. 11-4. As G2 are having a tough start of their map pick. This is no longer... yeah, you miss 100% of the shots you don't take. That's what I meant. Yeah, Quildak. Thank you. That was what I was looking for. Knuffige Salama. What the hell? Well, taking a look at the scoreboard, I think we know why GT are not performing the way you would imagine them to perform. Currently, only Kenny S above 10 kills. Still only at 12. So, this is gonna be a tough road ahead for G2. They are now on their CT side, and we'll see if they can excel on this side and really bring out their true colors and their true skill, true potential. Currently, it's gonna be 2 smokes, a flash and well, actually a Molotov by RPK, and Vitality have chosen to play it slow, not really go for a fast take. Usually what you see out of the T side is rush connector, take short control immediately out of B or A, and then just hit a site like 10 seconds after. So really just trying to be more so of a blitzkrieg action, if anything else. Shoxy gets headshotted, doesn't die, and luckily MBK, or excuse me, Lucky gets MBK, luckily, I guess you could say. Kenny S finds the second, happy to fall, and it's Jax to hold the line from toilets. He's a little bit exposed there, but still he is at the right spot at the right time, finding the kill he needed. Pretty much gives G2 this round in their hands and secures them at least the victory for the first round of the second half, as Apex is all alone against 5 men. Not really gonna be doable. Even under different circumstances, it would have been very hard to pull off. G2, well, they've bought themselves the chance, if nothing else. Magician. Oh, man. Fair enough. Moonrammer, thank you very much. Fate Stay Jedi, well, I mean, I'm not a native Englishman. Like, English is not my, not my native language, so not always easy to pronounce certain words, but yeah. Thursday, what's up, man? What's up? Good to see you. Focusing back on the game, though, Vitality do have a force buy. They will invest almost everything they had into this, and I can't blame them. Obviously, you know, I mean, we can't blame them together. They are, I think in this case, right to choose short B, as they will have, let's say, the closest, or the close quarter engagements with the best possibilities to win right through short. Unfortunately, Shoxy is going to be blinded out, but in the end, Lucky, Shox, and Body will be defending the side. So this force by not really playing off the way it was supposed to for Vitality, or at least the way they imagined it. And I guess they wanted to have a chance of getting the first entry, because if they get Shoxy in water, so in water, sight on water basically, what happens then is the second player that's trying to hold the position with Shoxy usually would push up to the site, usually would push up to close short or close monster, and then obviously try and take a fight, an advantage, take a different part of that bomb site to keep control in the hands of the CTs. And that's when a chance opens for Force Bike to get a second kill, to potentially find afterwards the third if he tries to refrag again and again, and kind of domino effect really going down the drain. And G2, well, luckily they're able to keep themselves alive. Shoxy obviously not just spraying blindly into the flash and into short area smoke. It is going to be an eco round, but Vitality get 2 kills. Interesting decision, Kenny S and Jaxi, to go this aggressively. More so Kenny S, as Lucky is able to bring it back to a 3-on-3. Fair enough, but there will be no Kevlar for Vitality. So even at a 3-on-3, this is going to be a hard round for Vitality to pick up. But RPK, 2 kills with a P250. I think that's pretty damn sweet, to say the very least. He's been a monster through the entirety of this best of 3. Currently at 21 kills. He's doing a very good job at it. G2, as we can see, they're going to search towards B, as they already pushed deep with Lucky. They now control completely all of Monster and short B. So they know, okay, the rest of the opponents are going to be somewhere on long A, toilets, or perhaps close to playgrounds, party, whatever. They can be somewhere there, nowhere else. And we see that Lucky's going to continuously keep on pushing, closing out certain parts of the map. Now they have closed off completely connector and everything in between. They will try to sandwich their opponents into a bit of a trap, I guess you could almost say. Shoxy, you know, he already gets RPK. The second kill should be even easier. MBK has no Kevlar, and he has an MP5 that he's going to challenge with. Apex left alone in a 1-on-3. This is going to be very hard to really do anything. With 15 seconds, yeah, he doesn't even get a kill. As expected, G2 will win. But this is now the real challenge coming up. It is going to be Vitality with the full buy. They will have everything they need. No AWP, obviously, as they didn't have enough economy to really buy into this. I think RPK, excuse me, actually had enough money to buy an AWP, and he would have been with Kevlar, no helmet. Also no utility. But I think the smartest choice here was this full buy with AKs. The reason why? Because they can focus on a fake. They can focus on map control, on a default that they worked on. They can really start working, grinding at G2. And we already know G2 had been struggling in the first half. So why not just go for the straight challenge, for the straight aim battles with a bit of a, I guess you could say, a bit of a execute here and there. Overall, it's gonna be short control, good pop flash action. Lucky awarded with an entry. It is gonna be a repeat by RPK though, and this time Lucky needs to get the hell out of dodge. He's got an MP9 against an AK. That's never gonna be really a fair fight regardless. Real, run, and random. The Angry Owl. What's up, buddy? And Jax will find 2, and it seems like that's gonna be the end for Vitality's buy round. It seems like the tables have turned. It's gonna be G2 very strong on their current, or in their current standing, and well, I'll be damned. This is a good performance so far. At least for the CT side. You fell for it? What do you mean, Angry Owl? Can you... How the tables turn? How the turntables? Well... How to turntable is very hard, actually. My brother is the DJ. He's got turntables. I've been watching him for over 15 years. Turning tables, literally. And it's extremely difficult, actually. People think it's easy. It's fucking hard. A 1-on-5, though. 30 seconds left. Oh, excuse me, 20 seconds left. Zaivu, a 1-on-5. Can he pull it off? I think he can. I mean, if anybody can, it's definitely this guy. And I was hoping for a bit of a performance, a bit of a show from Zaivu, but unfortunately we'll get Zainu. Zainun. No, okay, never mind. That's a bad pun. It is 11-8 as G2 will force out a bit of a stalemate. Luckily for them. This is map number 1, keep in mind. So it is going to be I guess, a challenging start for G2, turning into a bit of a turntable. Okay, never mind. We stop with that now. Let's just kind of stay to the ground, or more so on the ground. It is going to be, of course, a default by Vitality. They buy it up with whatever they can. This time, utility is a little bit more scarce. We've got only 4 smokes left. I mean, only as if that's a small amount, but still, this is going to be a bit of a challenge. Shoxy peeks out of connector, gets 1. Good refrag from Zyvu, keeping it tied, keeping it at a 4-on-4. This leaves options open to Vitality. Unfortunately, Kenny S peeks out Monster, gets the 1. Apex does still grab a refrag. This is a hard shot to make by Apex, but he's going to be able to keep Vitality in this round, if nothing else. At 11-8, they're starting to warrior a little bit, as we see that G2 have awoken the tiger within. Or as you could say, the monster within. The samurai within. Not sure, like, if somebody can explain what exactly the logo of G2 presents. Like, for Vitality, I'm thinking something like, for me, it looks like a crown with a helmet kind of thing a warrior puts on. And for G2, it looks like a full-on mask, like a full-on Darth Vader mask. Something like that. So yeah, it's gonna be a 3-on-3, 30 seconds left, and Body will take down Apex. It's a good start for G2. There's 2 players at barrels. Oh my god, look at the hiding place of Mr. and Monsieur Jax, or Susie, just lucky in this case. Zyvu predicting it perfectly. Gets the shutdown. 9 seconds left, not enough to really do anything here, and it is going to be 12-8. It is a samurai mask. Oh damn, I was right. Okay. That's pretty cool. It looks cool. I'll give you that. Twelve and 8 means that G2 still have enough to buy. Obviously, winning a few rounds in a row gives them the commodity to get themselves perhaps back into this one. Double up setup this time coming out. This could work, as Kenny and Lucky are both wielding those magical power, or magic sticks, magical powerful sticks. This is going to be still a difficult round for both teams, as it is approaching the last few of the first map. I mean, eventually we're going to have some sort of a result, some sort of an ending. It is either going to be, you know, overtime, or it's going to be victory for one or the other. And so far it's open for business. I mean, at this point it's anyone's game. G2 are not far behind Vitality, and this can turn in a split second. The money for Vitality is limited. They lose this round, they're back onto an eco, and pretty much it's down to a 2-round lead, maybe 1-round lead. Apex will get an entry though, coming through Monster. He's awarded with the pick. Nobody checking that angle on Monster actually allows Apex to get the fight and to open up the site. It's gonna be 12-8, and looks like it's gonna be 12-9, excuse me, 13-9, as G2 are down to Kenny S and Jax, and that is a bit of a bad opener for G2, or more so a bad hold. I'm not sure how they allowed that to happen. Who was holding Monster? They had 2 players on short, prepared for this, and nobody was literally watching Monster. Legit, Apex just walked out of Monster, got a free kill, and secures an entry, and pretty much gives Vitality the round. Wow, that's a bit of a surprising turn. I mean, G2 double up, not a single shot made by Lucky. Not a single shot made by Kenny S as well. Math is hard? Yeah, sometimes. Knife math? Yeah, well, it is going to be an action-packed match, if nothing else. Saving the rifle, saving the op, gives them another chance, another buy. But this also revitalizes the HP of Vitality, and of course the economy of Vitality, more so, what I mean by that, as they will have enough to keep a few more dollars in the bank. Even if they lose this, there's a high chance they could still buy the next. It is going to be a bit of a playthrough short, and they've already taken control of B short, so they won't really challenge for banana control. And that Molotov, yeah, that's... I didn't want to point it out, but that looked very weird. I'm not sure what the point was there. Apex comes in through short, though, gets his Jax. Okay, that's going to be a bit of a quick trade. As RPK had been taken out previously, Shoxy the one to do it. It's Jax to actually watch into... Well, for some reason watching into... I think he was watching into Graffiti. I'm not sure. I'm a bit confused about that, really. Kind of weird. Now we do see MBK hunting towards A, and presumably Vitality will still finish this one on B. They just want to clear out toilets, make sure that there's a high chance that they force out another rotation from G2, and that's exactly what they did right now. Shoxy on site with 1 HP with an up, but MBK will not peek him, or at least not give him the chance of a peek. It is going to be a 4-on-3 and an A-B take. As we see right now, there's going to be Body holding with a knock and Lucky on site with the M4. Nobody else to support them, at least not for the moment. I think Shoxy's coming in from balcony, but they're going to have to... Well, just as I say that, he is taken down. Apex with a nice shot. A second for Apex. Body gets the refrag, but 1-on-3. He's now in a very challenging moment, in a very challenging position, and unfortunately, it is too much for him. It's going to be 14-8, and G2, well, that's going to be the breaking point. It is 3k left in the bank for them, and a full eco left for them. If they force it up here and lose, that's the game. That is map 1 done. They'll be losing their map pick. If they eco, they still have a bye on the 15th, on the map point of Vitality, and potentially, you know, make a home run to overtime. Potentially, again, returning the favor and getting this map back in their hands. But so far, it is all eyes on Vitality. They are playing very well. It will be pistols and Kevlar. Pretty much an eco. As G2 are well aware what is at stake. Keep in mind, guys, this is the WSG 2018-19 qualifier for Northwest Europe. Of course, sponsored by Alipay. For all your financial solutions. And the winner in this best of 3 goes to China. Goes to the offline event in China for $900,000. It's not too bad, is it? Ooh, Kenny very lucky right now that the Molotov does not burn him. If Happy had thrown it just a meter, or let's say, I don't know how to exactly put this, but yeah, let's say a meter deeper, that probably would have been a free kill. Zyvo and Apex, they'll make sure that their backside is empty. They will have nobody, you know, trying to flank them. And G2 obviously not presenting too much of a challenge in this point, or at this point. 1 HP left on Apex. Still pretty much an ending at this point. 15-8, and G2 is gonna have to bring out one hell of a game and one hell of a performance to be able to return this map back in their hands.
Terrorists win.
So yeah, it looks like this is do or die time, ladies and gentlemen. The winner of this round will decide how this map continues on forward. Match pause, or more so tactical pause, by G2. I am not surprised. This is actually the second time they have paused now, I believe. And the first one actually worked out so they could get, I believe, no, actually it was Vitality that did the first one on the first half, and then it was G2 that did one more in the final few rounds. And this is now their second, I believe. Let's see if they can make something out of it. It is going to be a buy, obviously. They're going to have what they can afford, really. An AWP coming out on Kenny S. It's going to be Glass Cannon. All, you know, favorite choice, almost. We'll see if he can really do anything with it, though. Jax has been very quiet through the entirety of this first map, as we have Lucky, Shoxy, and Body trailing behind Kenny. you know, they've awoken. They've obviously starting to, or they're starting to get a feel about this, you know, get their, I guess you could say, heads straight. But Vitality, I mean, this is currently just a brilliant performance. We see 21 kills for 3 players on the side of Vitality. Apex, RPK, and ZywOo all just literally dominating the map. Here we go. Apex holding from Monster. He spots 1 or 2 players cross. This nade will do a little bit of damage. Lucky goes through the Molotov, goes for the peek, and actually is awarded with an entry. It's going to be body to support him, but regardless, it was a little bit ballsy. It works out perfectly. G2, I guess that tactical pause really did help out. At least for the entry it did. It's going to be Jack's close range. This time, second kill. That could be enough here to change the pace and to change the outcome in the end. RPK still gets 1 back, but it's Jack's holding close range. He will take himself up to 3 kills, and that should be enough. Happy left to deal with this on his own. And it's all eyes on Happy. And I guess the answer is no Happy, no more. 4 kills for Jax. And G2, well, they at least gambled right. It is going to be a victory on their last chance, and they will try to bring it back around. They will have to win 6 more rounds to keep it at overtime, or at least to have a chance of overtime. And then we'll see how that one turns around. Still going to be Vitality that has a full buy. Their economy has never really taken too much of a tumble. There was only 1 or 2 ecos in between when G2 actually started to wake up and get a few rounds together. But as we see right now, a change of pace. Vitality will take short control of B. They will go very aggressive, and they spot the first player. Body going to be challenged across 2 barrels, and then 1 more player coming to the peak. It's Shoxy close range. This time awarded with another entry. This could be enough. ZywOo, ooh, in a bit of a terrible position, really. That Molotov, luckily enough, not close enough to burn him, but presumably still spotted. Yeah, and heard because of that Molotov. ZywOo needs to pull back. If he stays here any longer, there's a high chance he actually gets killed with a pop flash. He's still kind of trying to challenge. He's aware that somebody... Okay! He's aware that somebody was on his right side and that he could be peeked from that angle. That's why he's looking at the middle of the pillar. But holy shit, that's a nice shot. That's a pretty good timing from ZywOo. Shoxy's gonna be taken down. It leaves G2 a little bit more vulnerable for this execute coming their way. It's gonna be a B take and a B attempt. Happy though. A little bit too happy, a little bit too energetic. Getting taken down by Jax will mean that they lose control of A now. They have no more info coming their way from that position. And Lucky and Body, they'll be holding the side perfectly. Kenny is supporting from Heaven. And it looks like Vitality will be forced to go onto a bit of an eco. Not necessarily immediately if ZywOo saves, but high chance that they still do an eco regardless. If they had gotten a plan, then perhaps they could have bought. But yeah, not really gonna happen. ZywOo's gonna have no loss bonus coming his way, so goodbye about $2K.
Counter-terrorists win.
See, if ZywOo had survived with $3,000, if he had had $3K, perhaps it would have been enough, or it would have been more than enough, perhaps, to actually buy and afford a proper round for Vitality. This case, not gonna happen. G2 bring it up to 10, and they're starting to grind it back together. It's gonna be still a tough journey ahead. It's 5 more rounds to go, and well, Vitality still keep a bit of a buy in their hands. It's gonna be pistols and Kevlar yet again. ZywOo with the op, of course, saves from the last. He's gonna go for the fight. We'll see if actually gets any entries though. Usually what you see with an opper that saves on the D side, and then he kind of plays it too slow. He gets shut down either immediately or plays it too slow. Now obviously it's good that he goes for the aggro, if nothing else, so he tries to secure an entry. Vitality should be looking to pick up that op though and try and challenge it more so, but Jax gets the second kill. That's already a lot of damage on RPK as well. A 3-on-4. Vitality could return this one if they take down Kenny, but there's already rotations coming through. Lucky on Stairway. Kenny takes down the first. It's Apex of the 3, and well, RPK and Happy left to deal with the mess themselves. They know he's on the left side, and RPK unfortunately not really ZywOo. Still gets 2 shots just as I say that, but mean, let's be honest. He should not be winning this round, and he does not. 15-11. G2, the comeback is real. Now it becomes very realistic and very much a reality Vitality needs to accept as sooner rather than later. They have been toying with their opponents for a little bit, you know, going for that one-on-one peak most of the time, allowing Happy to be the lurker, but, you know, getting caught 2 or 3 times in a row, allowing the early peak to go the way of G2, going for that kind of aggression that doesn't really pay off in the end, and a little bit too free, I guess you could say, a little bit too cowboyish, as they're gonna have to stir their ranks and really bring it together, start to build up some sort of execute some sort of play. The default needs to work again, and they need to get themselves back in this game, not only you know, obviously to win it, but mindset wise it feels like they kind of let themselves go a little bit, just kind of relax and let it flow. It's gonna be 3 AKs, a Galil, and a Mach 10 coming out from Vitality though, and they do have a decent buy considering all options that they had. Now, there will be 2 ops for G2 though, and that's the real scary part this time. Lucky and Kenny S. The last time they had it, they failed hard, and this time it seems like it's gonna be the same reaction. It's gonna be Apex finding the entry. Lucky goes for the peek and Monster. G2 perhaps a little bit too eager this time, getting too close, too personal, or too heated up. It's Jax to hold close to, of course, Party, and he's gonna be the first one to get 1 back. It's gonna be a 4-on-4 with G2 still bleeding, economically speaking, but doesn't really matter when MBK comes across and finds the refrag. Body does enable G2 to stay in an advantage. MBK and Happy to deal with whatever's left of G2. They got rid of 1 op. There's a few more to go. Stu, hey buddy. Good to have you around again. By the way, I didn't forget, chat. I saw that a lot of you love to see G2 win. Can't blame you. But Vitality, I mean, they're currently performing way better than G2, at least half in the first half. Now, obviously, G2 is starting to wake up, starting to build up some sort of a confidence for this second half, and Happy will be caught, obviously. His body is in a very off-angle set. It's now impossible for T get a free kill there. MBK shouldn't be really allowed to plant though. Okay. Kenny S misses the shot. MBK is gonna punish him. Uh-oh, it's a 1-on-3. This is suddenly becoming a little bit more dangerous and a little bit more possible for Vitality. MBK, I mean, this dude... This dude will not lose this one unless forced otherwise. And well, so far it looks like he's gonna know where one man is coming out. It's gonna be Shoxy from short, body coming from Monster. I think MBK spotted both, or at least knows for one, or now he knows for both. He's gonna take the fight with both at the same time. That's never gonna work. MBK, if he had gone perhaps into CT, tried to take the fight with the man on short, perhaps he would have been able to pull it off. But in a position that he was in, it is now impossible to save it there. I mean, he was in a 1-on-2 with being wide open to both angles from Monster and short, and unless he gets the first kill immediately so he can hide afterwards, it would be impossible to be able to win that round unless he has some sort of a godlike reaction and taps away both men at the same time. It's gonna be 15-12 in G2. Well, they're bringing it back home. It's gonna be 3 more rounds to overtime with G2 Mac picks. This could turn sour for Vitality yet. Blejo, pozdrav nazad, brate. Beres bebe. Well, I mean, still though. What's your opinion? Diego LMDB, well, it wasn't the worst if you consider the fact that if it would be one man from CT coming his way and then one from Monster or short, then it wouldn't be the worst. Then it would be actually pretty okay in that position because he can still, you know, kind of force a one-on-one trade with one and the other. But the position that the CTs were coming out, it is impossible that he would have been able to win because they peaked him at the same time basically, and it would have been very, very extremely hard to win that trade and that battle. But let's go. It's going to be a bit of a pistol buy again from Vitality. MBK actually buys quite a little bit. It is going to be an AK and full Kevlar. Ooh. Again, yes, peeking out. He's burning alive. Luckily, there's a smoke there. Could be extinguishing that Molotov. That could have been quite dangerous. Could have dropped a lot of HP. There goes one. Lucky does refrag, but it doesn't last long. MBK, he's found himself his second. It's going to be Zyvu to come across of shocks, and it's a 2-on-4. All of a sudden, G2 find themselves down the line and walking the line itself. It's going to be Jax to get the refrag, still keeping this one alive. But Apex, well, this could be it. This could be the final straw, as Body is left to deal with this mess all on his own. It's a 1-on-3, and this was pretty much an eco round, pretty much a pistol buy, nothing else by Vitality. And look at this, they're about